It's time for another Versus episode, and this one is Terminator 2 Judgment Day versus Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Whew, not to toot my own horn, but I think that might have been my best intro yet. Hello everybody, Ledger Forever is back, and yes, I am back. And it is time for another Versus episode. I had to take a break for a bit because I wanted to get some videos out that I really wanted to get out, so it's time to go back to Versus, the simple stuff, and talk about Terminator 2 Judgment Day versus Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. And I was really excited for this one because I get to talk about my favorite movie of all time. The movie that I will rant about for the rest of my life. The movie I will love for the rest of my life. The movie that has been solidified as my favorite movie forever, for the rest of my life. That will never change. It will stay there. It is cemented. It is stuck there. It is never leaving. So, let's get started. For round number one, we're talking about Rotten Tomatoes. So we're going to head over to the Rotten Tomatoes and see what did the critics think of these movies. So, let's go over there. So let's talk about Terminator 2 with a 91% of Rotten Tomatoes. Criminally low, if you ask me. And fun fact, I think actually the 3D version that was released back in theaters actually has 100% of Rotten Tomatoes, I believe. That's actually a thing. But the really good edition that isn't 3D has a 91. That is odd, but keep in mind there wasn't too many reviews on the 3D version. And it has a 95% audience score. Thank you. That is accurate. It has the highest. It has the highest audience score of any of the Terminator movies, and the second highest Rotten Tomato percentage, behind the Terminator, which has a 100% Rotten Tomatoes. I do love that movie, but Terminator 2, I would say, is the far superior movie, and pretty much everyone you will find will admit that too. So we're now going to head over to Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, which has a 70% on the tomato meter and a audience score of 46%. I'm not going to say whether or not this is accurate or not because I still need to head over back to the other things so we can talk about my second round, which is personal preference. So we're going to head over to see what my personal preference is for this. Now, for personal preference, I will, by a landslide, go with Terminator 2. Terminator 3 is a very inferior sequel because for Terminator 2, you have one of the greatest stories of all time of a sequel, which is to have basically it's like a kind of the plot of the original, just kind of constructed in a better way. This time, John Connor is the one being hunted himself instead of Sarah Connor. And you get so many amazing actors. The T-800 is so much better in this movie than he is in the first. He has a character arc in this movie, and it actually seeks to say that Judgment Day can be stopped. That we have this magical score that's giving us such a... It makes it so sad the way that they use it, showing the casualties of war in the opening scene. It is so magical. It is so amazing. And then you get to T3. You get to T3, which then takes everything, like how the character arc of the Terminator and Terminator 2. It takes the amazing plot line of Terminator 2 that Judgment Day could be stopped. It then ruins all of it by undoing that. Literally takes everything that made T2 amazing just to take it to ruin that, just because they wanted to ruin that for us, because they didn't care. They just wanted to make more money. And did they? They didn't make as much money as T2. T2 is not only Arnold Schwarzenegger's still highest grossing movie to this day, it's the highest grossing Terminator movie, meaning that they lost themselves money because they were probably trying to get themselves higher than T2. They didn't, because T2 is the best. And it might also be the highest grossing because it got re-released in theaters, but also it takes what made everything of the second movie so good and the original. It then tries to undo that, or it tries to make fun of it. It feels like a spoof. Like right off the bat, you have the second movie. Arnold lands in a bar and has to go in and get clothes. So this one, so T3, Arnold lands in a strip club, so he has to go to a strip club and get clothes. It then decides to make take the amazing thing where Arnold gets the glasses from that guy, and where you think he's gonna kill him, but he actually doesn't. And this time, they have him do the exact same thing. Only the glasses are now basically just a parody, or they're like pink and stuff. It is such a disrespect. They're using "I'll Be Back" and "Get Down," some of the greatest lines in the Terminator franchise. Too often, they're using it just so they can throw the stuff in your face, because they think that if they do that enough, then we may give it a positive rating. No, they are undoing it. This is one of the movies I hate the most. I will go negative on it. I don't hate it because there are worse movies. But if I were to say, this is probably going to be my least favorite forever. But the fact is, it takes my favorite movie of all time. It takes probably my favorite ending of all time. It takes what made T2 amazing. It takes the ending that I loved so much, that is near and dear to my heart. It then tries to undo all of that. And Arnold has such a good character arc in it, and how he learns the value of human life, and how he learns why Edward Furlong's character is crying.
I know now why you cry, but it's something I can never do.
And it just makes it so satisfying when all this stuff happens. And just the fact is, when he's lowered into that vat of molten steel, oh, I can't even more. Give me a second, guys.
2 hours later.
I think I'm back. Okay. Anyway, so I would easily go for Terminator 2 by a mile. So the winner of this round is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now over to my community poll. I put up a tab saying which Terminator movie is better, Terminator 2 Judgment Day or Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Someone actually voted for Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. I am actually going to guess that wasn't actually true. I'm guessing that they were just doing that to get my attention, because Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines is the inferior sequel to Terminator 2 in literally every way. There's not a single thing that Terminator 3 gets right that Terminator 2 did not get right. Like, off the bat, there are some really terrible special effects in this movie. And Terminator 2, older movie, and it still has some of the best special effects you can find in movies with the T-1000. It looks gorgeous to this day. T3, the effects at times look awful. So the plot line of Terminator 2, easily better than Terminator 3, because I would most likely probably vote for one of the greatest plots of all time more than the plot that's trying to undo one of the greatest plots of all time. So I'm easily going on Terminator 2 for that. So the winner of this is easily Terminator 2 with all the votes except for one, but I'm probably going to say that I'm guessing that only someone voted for T3 just to get my attention. I may be wrong on that. Someone may actually say why, but you need to explain why. Because I hate Terminator 3 when I compare it to T2. It is inferior in every single way. And not to mention the villain, that kind of sucks. But anyway, the winner of this round is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Well, that is the end, meaning that the winner of this round of the verses is Terminator 2 Judgment Day by a landslide. So, congratulations to Terminator 2 Judgment Day. T3, I'm so disappointed in you. You should not have even been existing. You should not have done this. But anyway, and I'm also going to add in one last round that I just thought I would add in, John Connor. And the winner of this round is easily T2, because I just really wanted to crack on T3 one more time. Because I really do not like the way they went with the casting of, what is his name? It is, I can't think of it at the moment, but Edward Furlong, amazing John Connor. You couldn't even tell that he could be the guy that would lead the Resistance in the future. And the person who plays John Connor in T3, he is so miscast in the role. He screwed up big time on John Connor. This is not John Connor. This is some fake John Connor. I don't consider T3 canon in the actual universe. I only consider 1 and 2 canon. So it's just so disrespectful that people did this. I don't like T3. It's a inferior movie to T2 in every way. It is a movie that doesn't even deserve to have the name Terminator. Because that is just so disrespectful. If this could have just been called like Rise of the Machines or something, maybe it could have been good. But as something that's supposed to be inside the Terminator universe, nope. I don't consider it canon. No one else does. So that is the end of this. So let us play us off. Thank you all so much for watching this. Please like and subscribe and have a good one.
Hasta la vista, baby.